Water comprises the majority of our planet. Regions with the scarcity of water are helped with special systems that address the needs of living organisms. But there is more to water than just a simple fluid that helps support life. This is extended, and here are a few amazing and strange facts regarding water. Glassy water. In general science, our teachers taught us that water has three basic states, namely solid, liquid, and gas. What is not explained in the elementary level is that liquid water can take on 5 phases, based on the temperature of its environment. But you might want to know that science has discovered that ice has 14 different states. At a very low temperature of minus 120 degrees, water strangely achieves an ultra-viscous state, sometimes with the thickness of molasses. At an even lower temperature of minus 135 degrees, water takes the form of a solid without any crystal structure, and hence the name glassy water. Bottling water actually wastes more water than what gets bottled. The process of bottling drinking water is very inefficient. Most of the waste from the bottled water industry comes from filtering. The process can waste up to 9 times more water than what actually gets bottled. Not to mention the amount of plastic waste this creates afterwards. Here is a helpful tip. Instead of buying small bottles of water, buy 5-gallon bottles. That way, less plastic is used for the same amount of water. Water the size of an iceberg. It's also quite amazing to know that water can take on the form of molasses. One thing that is stranger than that, though, is the phenomenon of moving icebergs. Mohammed Al Faisal, a Saudi prince, made a decision in the 1970s to start a towing company for icebergs, named the Iceberg Transport International. The objective of the company was to move whole icebergs to the Middle East to be sources of fresh water. Based on the numbers of the company, transportation was going to be $100 million for 100 million tons of ice. There was an international conference, and they tested the idea in the San Francisco Bay. After doing this, the company concluded that the project was simply bad economics. The International Space Station recycles water. On the International Space Station, up to 85% of the water utilized by the station is reused. The technique through which the space station processes water is called ISRU. This technique is the practice of collecting, processing, storing, and use of materials found or manufactured on other astronomical objects. Using this method, astronauts reuse their urine, sweat, and breath. A device particularly made for this objective was installed back in 2008. This is going to spare space agencies the trouble of transporting 740 gallons every year to the station. There is nothing to worry about, however. The water is going to taste alright and is very safe. The process by which the space station recycles the water is vital. Station research is going to get a long way into conducting a manned trip to Mars, the red planet. To meet the mission's requirements for the needed water, reusing should be increased to 95% efficiency. We could point where Mars's water is. There is no evidence yet of the presence of water on Mars. Based on the data gathered so far, scientists are happy and optimistic. According to recent surveys, the depth of aquifers on Mars is estimated to be about 0.62 miles. The percentage of water on the human body varies with age. The amount of water inside the body of a human adult is about 70%. That information is common to a lot of people. But many of us didn't know before that there is 95% of water in a human fetus during the first trimester, going down to 77% at birth. For a person who weighs 154 pounds, there is around 42 liters of water in the human body. So the next time you drink water, just think how majestic that liquid is, and maybe try not to waste it. This is Extended. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next videos.